she was left for dead in the cold until a silent cowboy rode through the storm to save her. Part 1. The beginning of the end. The Wyoming frontier in 1886 was as beautiful as it was brutal. Rolling, snow-covered plains stretched out like an ocean of white, dotted only by the skeletal arms of dying trees and the fleeting shadows of wild elk. Clara Jensen stood by the frost-covered window of her homestead, staring out into that frozen abyss. Her breath clouded the glass. Her hands, once soft and warm, were chapped and bruised. She had come to this place 2 years earlier, full of dreams and belief in her marriage. But out west, belief doesn't till the soil or keep you warm. Hard land hardens people, and none more than her husband, Thomas Jensen. Thomas had changed. At first, it was small, an edge in his voice, a bitterness in his silence. But the years of failed crops, isolation, and broken promises turned his frustration into fury. His drinking had grown worse, his rage sharper. Clara bore it with the quiet strength of a woman determined not to give up on her vows. But that day, everything changed. They fought. Not with fists at first, just with words, accusations, regret, fear. Thomas accused her of being cursed, of bringing bad luck to the land and to his life. And when words failed to bruise enough, he used his hands. He struck her, then again. And when she tried to leave the cabin to escape his wrath, he dragged her out into the howling storm, barefoot and bleeding, and left her beneath an old cottonwood, half dead and completely alone. Part 2. The Rider in the Storm. Miles away, under the cover of falling snow, Luke Carver rode with the quiet stillness of a man who had long since made peace with loneliness. His horse, a weathered gray named Ghost, plowed through the white drifts without hesitation. Luke was a man of few words. No words, in fact. The war had taken his voice when a piece of shrapnel tore through his throat. Afterward, he had wandered west, not because he was looking for something, but because he had nothing left to stay for. His wife had died while he was away. His daughter had passed in a cholera outbreak. His silence was more than physical, it was spiritual. That night, Luke was heading toward the shelter of his mountain cabin when Ghost suddenly halted, snorting and pawing at the snow. Luke looked down and saw a piece of red cloth fluttering in the wind. Beneath it, half covered by snow, was a woman. Her face was deathly pale. Blood matted her hair. Her fingers were blue. Most men would have assumed she was already gone, but something in Luke wouldn't let him ride away. He leapt from the saddle, wrapped her in his wool-lined coat, and lifted her with trembling care. He rode through white hell for nearly 3 hours to get back to his cabin, a journey that could have killed them both. Part 3. Return to life. Luke's cabin was a simple log structure nestled in the crook of a pine-covered ridge. Warmth radiated from the stone heart.